Alright, so in this video we're looking at views of a function. And so we have an equation here, y equals negative x minus 3, and this is in the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So it asks us to create a table with at least 5 different points that reflect this function. So this is going to be, so we can just create any points on here that we want. So let's start with something easy. Let's say that x is 0. So we're gonna pick some points, and then we're gonna find the y value. So let's do x is 0, x is 1, x is negative 1, x is, let's go 2 and negative 2. That should be enough points. Alright, so when x is 0, we have negative 0, which is 0, minus 3. So we have our y value there. And then negative 1, so our x value of 1, and we have a negative in front. So negative 1 minus 3, negative 4. And then negative 1, so we have negative 1, which is positive 1. Minus 3 is negative 2. And then we have 2, so negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. And then negative 2, so negative 2 is 2, minus 3 is negative 1. Alright, so let's try this one, and let's just do the same points. We'll have negative 2, we'll have negative 1, we'll have 0, 1, and 2. Alright, so let's pull out our calculator on this one. Alright, so if we have negative 2 squared, that's going to be 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. So let's just put 4 times 1.5 is 6, and then minus, let's pull out our scratch pad. So we have 6, and then minus 3 times 2, so 3 times negative 2. We'll just think of it that way. So negative 3 times negative 2 is 6, and then plus 2. So we have 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Alright, on this next point we have negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, times 1.5 is 1.5, and then negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3, and then plus 2. Alright, so we have 5, and so 3 and 2 is 5, plus 1.5 is 6.5. Then for our next point, 0 squared, well, this term's going to be 0, this term's going to be 0, and then we have 2. And then for 1 squared is 1 times 1.5 is 1.5. And then negative 3 times positive 1 is negative 3. And then we have plus 2. Okay, so negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, plus 1.5 is just 0.5. And then 2 squared is, 2 squared is 4, times 1.5 is 6. And then negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, and then plus 2 is 2. Alright, so last one here. So we have a graph function of x, create a table of values for their function, estimating their values to the nearest 0.5 of at least 5 different points. Okay, so we just need to list a few points on here and that's it. So let's start with this point here, -2. So at x equals -2, we go down here and y equals -5. So we'll do -2 and 5. And then at x equals -1, we have y equals -2. -5, -2, and then at x equals 0, we have +1. And then at x equals 1, we have +4. And then at x equals 2, we have 7. And if you wanted to look at this graph, you can see that this graph has a slope of 3, and it has a y-intercept of 1. So if you were writing the equation this line, it would be y equals 3x plus 1. It doesn't ask that. Just Alright, so hopefully that video helped. If you have any questions, just let me know.